Hi, everyone. Welcome to Esther-Astro-Healing. I appreciate your time. Today, we're going to talk about full moon to understand really in depth what is really full moon and how ancients, Kabbalists, understood moon, and the information was given to us in Sefer Yetzira, book of formation, book of creation. So the full moon in Hebrew called Livana or Chama, and it's created by letter Tav. So the first precept, if some of you probably knows, was given to us on Mount Sinai, the time we received Torah, Old Testimony, from 613 mitzvot. The first mitzvah, the first precept, so to say, some people who call commandments, was given to us to bless new moon. So we understand the importance of the moon in general is a key answer to understand even our own moon in our personal natal chart. Where moon located, in what sign, in what house, how it's correlated with our tikkun correction process, in how it's connected to our feminine mother energy within us, with ourselves, is associated with the feminine energy, malchut, which is the last sphera in the tree of life reality. And what is the malchut? And what is the moon? Moon connect to intuition, deep inner psychic inside of us. It's reflect how we feel about ourselves first, before we understand how we feel about other people, and how we deal with our relationship and respond to different situations from the emotional body. So the moon is extremely, extremely important in our dimension in Malchut, and we really need to understand how it works within us on a daily life, because it's all about to be practical. This is what Kabbalist teaches with all this awesome information, which is should become as a wisdom. It's really important how we apply this information to our daily life. So as you know, each month, a moon is going through different phases. It's a waxing and it's waning to fullness. It's affecting the earth womb like a woman womb. It's in a monthly cycle. It's very similar to women's cycle as well. So the new moon is about birth and beginning. It's about the seed level of things. But the full moon pertains the fullness of harvest. It's manifestation of the previous moon, the beginning. So this is why it's really important to always remember, if to understand what full moon we're going to have, we'll always connect to the new moon. So if, for example, you have a new moon in, just an example, in Gemini, so you know in 2 weeks, you're going to have a full moon in the opposite sign, which is Sagittarius. So this is how you will know whatever the seed you create on the new moon, you will see the reflection on the full moon. So it's really important. This is the connection. I'm giving you the hint. This is what ancients always do. And full moon rule, the only sign, it's Cancer, and is always associated with the right brain, because it is allow us, so the Cancer and the moon, it is represent the right brain in our body. So because of it, allow us to tap into the realm of intuition, prayers, meditation, and sharing as well, which is really, really important. So full moon governs the power of divine energy, which is the source of straightening subconscious power we have within us. Full moons happen once a month. And when the sun rays fully illuminate the surface of the moon, 2 weeks after the new moon, as I mentioned before. So just remember how you always can calculate. And it's affect all of us. It's affect adults, children, especially children, elderly people, it's affect even more. And people with a ruling planet in the water sign. If you have a water sign, you feel even more, because the moon affect water in the earth as well. And our body, it's built closer to 95% of water. So this is why we feel the rise of the moon, because moon is directly with the energetical force, it's affecting the water in the earth as well. So, and always remember, depends what full moon sign we have. Always check who is the ruler of this full moon, and then check What is the planet? If, for example, again, we have full moon in Gemini, so it's Mercury. So check where is the Mercury in your sign as well. You're going to feel, this is the way how you can feel the full moon as well. And at least 5 and 3 days prior, you already start to feel the energy of the full moon is coming. So always see what sign is there, and you will understand more, connect to your own inner self. It has ability to bring a very powerful and concentrate cosmic energy on all 4 kingdoms: mineral, vegetable, animal, and mankind kingdom. So they, through the centuries, healers, shamans, herbalists, with the Kabbalistic knowledge, they used to collect certain plants and herbs only during the full moon. Why? Because they knew that those herbs would be more optimized for the more powerful healing ability and energy, and can help even more because they will be collected in the moment when they really, really, in a fully been harvest for their own manifestation. So the full moon is always connected to 2 most powerful cosmic events, by the way, 3 actually cosmic events. So there's a reason why creator decide to have on the full moon, such a powerful cosmic event and holidays like a Purim, which is Purim joined the months of Pisces. Hanukkah is the joined months of Sagittarius, and as well Tu B'Av, which is Tu B'Av. Is the really one of the most powerful holidays, connect to the energy of love, and it directly connect to the energy of Binah. And what is the energy of Binah? What other holidays we know? Yom Kippur. And if you really understand the seed of Yom Kippur and the letters of Yom Kippur, it's like a Kippurim, like a Purim. So it's really, really tremendous energy. This is the manifestation of we can find a lot of answers about our own process by understanding what is really full moon. So imagine such a tremendous holidays, which is connected to immortality. Those 3 holidays directly connect to the final redemption, to immortality, to what impossible to be possible. The miracles can happen in the full moon if we know how to tap to this energy. Both directly connect to Mashiach, the final redemption, and those 2 holidays of Hanukkah and Purim, they connect to the planet of Jupiter, which is created by letter Tzaddik, right? So it's really, really important. There's so many hints I'm telling you right now. It's not just a full moon like a Monday and astrology explain, Kabbalist explain in such a tremendous, how it's connected, how is they connect to the final redemption, how we every month can tap and connect to this energy through our emotions to be more balanced. Very, very important. So remember, the moon has no light on his own. So she's like really, and when the moon is shining, it is the brightest in the fullest, right? When it's full moon, because it has a reflection of the sun. So, and we receive in maximum light and vitality and the sun's waves, which is reflecting from the moon of the lunar surface. We don't have to go outside to look at the full moon. We don't recommend. It's only during the prayer, men come and they bless Birkata. It's called Birkata Livana. But for us, we don't have to. Our body directly connect, while the energy of the moon lasts for about 3 to 5 days. But it's really seconds, moment of the full moon when it's really, really important to be in a certain state of mind and do meditation. We can connect to letter Tav, because this is the seed level. This is really the foundation. This is how creator creates moon with this letter, right? So by closing our eyes and connecting to this letter, we're gonna be, so to say, in charge of the moment of the full moon. Technically, a moon is only full for the moment, like I mentioned, when the sun and the moon are directly opposite each other in the sky. So when the moon is completely full, it is spiritual and energetical peak of whatever you start. When it was the new moon, when the sun was just the beginning with the new moon, and this is how on the full moon we can come back and to understand what was the new moon connection, because it's directly facing the other sign. As the moon increased toward full light, our energy built up and we collect certain information. And, we can feel like a bit destructive and disturbing energy sometimes, resulting in more reactive behavior, tension inside, or tiredness, even we feel more tired. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to concentrate because it's really a lot of energies going on while the full moon. You may find yourself feeling a little bit in anxiety, in a little bit emotional, especially if you have important planets in the water sign. So, and it's really amazing because if you're so in tune, you really need to know how to use this energy. And we actually sleep less on the full moon, so it is important to ensure you care for your body and your mind. You have to go sleep, especially a few days before and a few days after the full moon. It's extremely important to go sleep a little bit early before the moon becomes really active, because then your liver directly connect to the moon and it's already a little bit in a state of irritation. So just to make that sure, it is great time to reflect on what you built during the vaccine phases, right? So always remember the organs it's can affect usually liver, and what is the liver connect to the anger, to the emotions. So it's really important to control, to our kidney, to our urinary bladder, to veins, skin as an organ of touch, pancreas, insulin, and glucose. So to be careful what you eat, don't eat too sweet stuff, better not to drink alcohol during the full moon, just really to nourish your body, because this is the really date of rest. Ancients used to call full moon a 7-day, almost like a compared to Shabbat. So in ancients, before we came up with the seasoned calculation, ancients always knew as soon full moon come, it's considered 7-day. It was really like really compared to Shabbat. So just really important to create the environment, proper environment for yourself, and check your schedule. Don't be too busy during the full moon. Definitely no surgical operation. I strongly not recommend any involvement in the surgical. Try to really wait. And very important to stay balanced. Connect to the bigger picture. Do not let this energy, your emotional body, to overpower you or mislead you, right? Try to pay attention for not to pay attention to your emotions. Very, very important. And connect to the bigger picture, the power of creator within yourself. Okay. So let's understand what's happening for this upcoming full moon on June 24th. So we have a full new moon in Sagittarius. If you're expecting me to say Capricorn, it's according to Western astrology. As you know, I do not practice Western astrology. It's a sidereal system, direct sky system. It's really what's happening right now directly with the sky. So what's really, really important to understand, let's look at together. I think it's really important for you guys, not just to hear my voice, really to observe as well what I'm referring to. So as more you understand is better, right? So we have in a full moon in Sagittarius, and look at this really interesting position Sagittarius 7. You can see I put June 24th. And it's really, really unique because the full moon really touching this, the stink of Scorpio. You can see it here, even though it's one degree in Sagittarius, but this is what's really unique about when you're dealing directly with the sky. You're not just general saying, yes, in Sagittarius, it's still connected to the Scorpio energy. So it's really, really intense, and it's really closer to Pluto. It's Scorpio represent the house of Pluto. So this unique full moon will be really required of us to work on this. Don't miss this opportunity, because this full moon is going to help you for until next full moon in Sagittarius. Because this full moon, if you will know how to restrict what comes from your mouth, because this is what Sagittarius really all about on the negative side. Because Sagittarius, it's a beautiful sign. It's according to Kabbalists, in general, Mars and Sagittarius is the happy months. It's the months when we connect to Hanukkah, we connect to energy of Mashiach, we connect to endless blessings. We understand really, we have a more desire to study, to learn the ancient understanding of wisdom. It's the sign connect to religiosity as well. So it really depends where you're going to direct your energy and your spirituality. And really, really important to restrict, to really, before you say, you speak, you think. So every time when we restrict and then we speak, then our words really contain more wisdom. Because when it's uncontrollable, reactive, it's almost like a Mars energy in as well. So it's really important. But this full moon will be felt like a Gemini as well, because as you can see, this full moon is harvest initial energy of the sun, which is the new moon was came from Gemini. And the Gemini, it's really another manifestation how to speak, but this time not just to speak because you just learn some topics from above, really to understand the depth of it, because Gemini has ability many times they love quickly to gain knowledge, to really to get information, because they're amazing speaker, they know how to manipulate with the words as well, right? And but in the same time they know how to impress with words, but many times they not really connect to the depth, which is Sagittarius can really help them to connect to the depth. And the greatest need to, for Sagittarius energy, always search for something, search for fairness, for truth. Sagittarius really, really knowing by constantly looking for fairness, and they always discuss this is not fair, and let's help the ones who really been hurt and who really need my help. But many times Sagittarius, when they don't connect to the wisdom and understand the fuller picture of creation, there's a difference between how we see fairness and what is the fairness according to creation and the law of creation, right? And what is the Gemini? Gemini, we need to improve the communication skills by listening to other people and by enjoying, not just the enjoying to make our point, and rather to, seeking to find the only the answer, they really to understand the other person. This is a full moon about communication, extremely important. And again, don't forget what's really happening in the sky. We just came out from Mercury. Mercury is retrograde, and he's still in recovering from retrograde. Where's my Mercury? There you go. And he's still recovering from retrograde. He's still invisible, as you can see. So we still need to be really to know how to approach people. It's all about communication. This full moon, it's all about communication, and less it's more. As less we speak and more observe, and the better we're going to see the outcome. And, we have in other planets who retrograde. We have Jupiter, who's in retrograde, and he starts to retrograde in June 20th. And when Jupiter retrograde, he's asking from us really to come back to our identity, really what we think, not what the information we gain from other people, the information we gain from public, from news, the information we even gain from books, what we really feel, how we really see the situation, people, and how we understand what's happening around. This is really important because um, Jupiter will be retrograde until September 14. This is extremely important time for us, not to impress others, so to say, to really to find ourselves, who we really are. This is the really, really message, right? So important. And we have a moon in 20, we have um, Jupiter, sorry, we have in the 29 degrees, we have Neptune, and he's giving us kind of, really difficult as well energy for us to be more, so to say, focus, right? So we really need to be aware of that as well. And as well, remember Saturn. Saturn right now in Capricorn, he's in his tough position. He's a grandfather of the sky. He's all about structure, restriction, the truth, on our subconscious level, what is really our intention, not just what we're saying, but what we really think, right? So this whole sky is required of us, real spirituality, really understand that it take time to still to socialize with other people, to give energy to your family, to give energy to your loved ones, to be there really fully, to be there with your heart and soul, to be the righteous one you came to be, right? Very important. Don't miss this opportunity, guys. Really, really powerful full moon. Like I'm looking at it, like, oh my God, this full moon can give us so many messages, so many blessings, just for us to know how to connect to this energy. And to leave you with something really, really powerful, I'm going to show you what I found in the Zohar. Let's see, I'm going to share with you right now this powerful message from Zohar I found. And let's connect together. You can close your eyes. I'm going to read first. I'm going to read in English, and then I will read in Aramaic. Remember, Aramaic, it's really powerful language. It's really connect to Or Makif, surround light. It's direct connection with the Creator. This is why it says when we even scan Zohar, we have a direct connection with the Creator. We don't need to go through the process of angels, through the engine, they like agents. Which is when we do prayers. This is really direct connection. So let's see what the powerful Zohar in Parasha Yitro says in the third month. This section tells us of the two lights of the right and the left called Gemini. That is constellation that rules over the third month called Sivan in Hebrew. The Uriel rules over this month, angel Uriel rules over this month, and we are told of these camps, each has a key of light issuing from the inner supernal Chasmal. Rabbi Shimon, the author of the Zohar, explained the significance of the twins in terms of the birth of Jacob and Esau. And then says the Torah itself is like a twin. The written Torah, which is it's called Torah Bechtav, and the oral Torah, which is called Torah Bel Peh. Given the third month of the tribe nation of the three fathers. And finally, he told us the Torah was given in the three parts, the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. But the important conclusion is that all is one. And in Aramaic, בחודש השלישי לצוות בני ישראל וגולה, דשליט בני אוריאל, רב ממנה ותהילת מן ושתית וחמש ריבון, מרשיין ימיה בחושבן ימי שתה, וכלהו איתלון תהילת מאה ושתין וחמש מתחתן נהורין, מההוא נהורה דנפקה בגו החשמל עילאה פנימיה גניס וסתים די רזין דעטוון קדישין עילאין דשמה קדישה תליין ביה. In the third month after the children of Israel went out of the land Egypt from Shemot, the great minister Uriel rules over the third month for Nisan. Iyar and Sivan are compared with Chesed, Gvura, and Tiferet. As Michael rules in Chesed, Gabriel rules Gvura, and Uriel rules Tiferet, which is center column energy. By the way, both months, Gemini and Sagittarius is the center column energy. He's compared by 365 10,000 of camps, coordinating in the number of days of the year, which is 365 days of the solar year. And all of them have 365 keys of the light issuing from the inner supernal Shachman, electrum. Chashmal, by the way, Chashmal in Hebrew, it's electricity, which is treasured and concealed, and in which the mysteries of the holy superior letters of the holy name are suspended. Vehi raza de ish tam, Mareya de baita ish Elohim tam, de taman siyumu v'ketsha ditlifin v'Yakov ish tam have. בדיכוניה קיימה רזה דחשמל פנימה אילאה תמיר וגניס וחל נהורין סתימין אילאין נקית יהיו ונקבי מיני וכלהו משריין נקתי אינון מבטחה דההו נהורה דנפיק מגולה חשמל. Very powerful. If you have a Zohar at home, you can come back to Parashat Yitro, and you can see the number 13 and the page. It's 111. Thank you so much, guys. It's always a pleasure. I hope this information great service to you, and you will take this information within. It can help you with your spiritual growth and improve your daily life, because it's all about to improve our life, to simplify, because light, it's very simple. Light wants us to be more simple, more humble, and more direct and truthful. This is real liberty. When we complicate things, when we try to look more smart, when we try to manipulate people, and even sometimes by manipulating ourselves, we're not getting real truth. The real truth, it's really in the simplicity and the purity. Wish you many, many blessings and happy full moon. All the best. Bye-bye.